Hello and welcome, my friends. I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Heroes on the Rebirth server, Iron Man mode with Iron Phoenix, our level 13 Scrapper, who has yet to be killed. Knock on wood, famous last words. We're on the story arc for Montague Castanella, Lost and Found, and we're going to investigate the Lost and the Richty. This is a pretty good story arc. I actually like this one. I'm not sure when this was put in. I think it was put in around the time of a little after City of Villains. I feel like the sweet spot was a lot of the original story arcs were good once you got on them. I think the original Contacts had a lot of non-story arc nonsense. We all know the reason for that was because they didn't have enough content in the game, and so they had to make you grind for half a level before you got to your contact, or you wouldn't work. So we're going to take Practice Brawler off. I have to say, as annoying, as very much annoying as I find the constant pulsing, the constant procking, I guess, of the absorb, that's the number that you see floating above her head when she's got Practice Brawler on, it does remind me that I've got it on and I need to turn it off. It eats up endurance. We don't have stamina slotted with SOs yet. We won't have that for a long time. So until we get more endurance reducers on these guys, we're going to need to make sure that we turn it off unless we absolutely need it. Now, technically, this sword with the green glow on it, the green glowiness is an indicator of it being a possible stun. If it hits, he can stun us, but he's got to hit. And fortunately, we've been missed. Now, why he pulled out a gun right there, I don't know. But there we go, we got him. And you can see, even without Practice Brawler on, we've eaten up a lot of endurance. Okay, now there are a lot of times other guys around here, possibly even an aberrant rector or whatever, so we're gonna... That's how, was it this mission? It was an anathema or something? That's how our Guardian got killed, right? Our Guardian was killed because we came in here, it was right around this type of an area on some map or other, and we got smacked around by a lieutenant, and we didn't have any inspirations left. Oh, the knockdown. Yep, so there's another Mez. So let's do a knockdown to this guy if we can, and sure to two can play at that game, and ouch. Alright, we're going to need to take this inspiration. I'm going to put on Practice Brawler so he can't knock me down. As a toggle, we can, turn it on and off. Two can cut each other with that. Ouch. That is rough. Battling an orange Lost like that is very tough at this level, especially when you have no DOs. Although, DOs would not help a lot yet. Right now, if I had gotten DOs normally, I would, we'd only have a tiny bit more defense. Right? Because it's only like plus 10%. Because so it would only go up from like 15, well, it's 30, without combat jump, it's 14, right? It would only go up 1.4, so it would go up to 15.2, and with this on, it would be 17 or 18%. Better put Practice Brawler back on, because I don't want to get knocked down. Oh, I thought I was going to get him. There we go. You hear him shooting at me. That's actually what we want. Even though I don't have good defense against being shot, it does a lot less damage than his sword, which does huge amounts of damage. See if we can knock him back. Nope, missed him. we go. Wow, man, that just kills the endurance. Even though we've got 4 training enhancements on it. Halfway through 13th level, though. We got some... We haven't gotten any drops. How about salvage? No, we don't want that. We want that. Just some white. So there are 4 computers, and we have to find... That's right, CDon. So we need to find the way down. Where are we going here? Ah, okay. Another thing is we've had a lieutenant with 2 minions, right? Once or twice? There we go with a knockback. That's what I want to see. Yeah, I mean, I think about this. We cannot afford to keep 3 toggles running. There is no way with the endurance. And another attack is just going to drain the endurance faster. I think 14th level we might be in for Focus Chi. Even though it doesn't recharge that fast. Oh good, I accidentally pulled these guys without the lieutenant getting involved, so that's pretty good actually. Getting another attack while we're huffing and puffing, I don't know how worth it it's going to be. I think Focus Chi might be better bang for the buck. And then we'll do more damage quicker. You know, like we can trigger it when we're going after a lieutenant. We'll hit more often, and we'll do more damage. Let's go ahead and put Practice Brawl on just briefly. So one advantage of it being a toggle is you can turn it, it like recharges really fast, so you can just turn it on and off very quickly. Right, now done, and it just recharges in 10 seconds. We're gonna have to be careful here and do some pulling, because I don't want... I know the headman will come after me, right? And hit me around a corner. But I don't want to go... I didn't want to go down the hall. Right? And possibly aggro whoever's down there. You can see how much less damage the blaster guy does than the swordsman. That's something actually people complained about, the scrappers complained about on the forum back when the game launched. They were like, and I think I've said this, you know, the swordsman hits me and he does half my hit point bar to me in a single shot, right? But the blaster's hovering over his head and he just pulls out this little pistol and plinks at him with a tiny little amount, right? And it doesn't do much damage. Right, he just does that. Like seeing a critical. Can we knock him? Nope. So I'm hoarding the inspirations because I want to have the right ones for fighting a Sidian. Or however you... Sidian, I don't know. Kaidian? I don't know how you say his name. Lots of XP on this mission. Alright, so we know we have to find the hole in the floor. So where is that? There it is. Okay. What the heck just hit me? Oh, there's a headman down there. I didn't see him. What I was gonna say is sort of cinematically, right? It would be really cool, and I did actually tried to kick him that way, but it would be really cool if I kicked him while he was unconscious and he fell down the hole. This idea that you just see your friend just suddenly come down the hole unconscious, and now we're at +1s. All right, so let's take out the minion first. See if we can hit a little more. I'm going to use a few inspirations. We should get more back. Right away we got one. There we go. Love a good crit. My favorite thing to crit with of course, is Crane Kick. Because it does awesome damage. And it looks so cool. Knocking people back. Warrior's Challenge, that's another one I'm going to need. Gosh. I want them all. At 14th level. Focus Chi, Focus Senses, Warrior's Challenge, Cobra Strike. Like 4 different powers I want at 14th level. I can't get them all. Well, let's do some extra damage. We don't need that one, so we'll go ahead and pound this guy. Ah, thought I was going to just finish him there. I can cut you. Not as bad as you can cut me, but I can still cut you. Got him. Nice. Alright, mostly for endurance purposes, we're going to need to take a knee again. And again, this is an example of if I weren't recording this, I would not take a knee here. Because I would just wait. I'd just like back up a little bit, go somewhere safe, tab out of City of Heroes, read something, chat on Discord. Right, let my health or my endurance tick back up. Yes! Good knockback. I really wish you could increase the mag on that. I would like, you know, if you could triple enhance it and make the mag like double so that you could almost guarantee to knock people over, I would be all for that. Okay, we found the spaceship section or whatever, the Richter underbelly. Well, there's some guys in here. I like that you can kind of go through these screens. It's really cool. What would be really neat is if it blocked like ranged attacks, but you could walk through it. Kind of like the Gungan shield in Episode 1 of Star Wars, where they couldn't shoot through it, but the droids could like walk through it, and then once they were inside the shield, they could get into combat with the Gungans. I always thought that was kind of a cool idea. That it's basically a deflector shield, so it won't physically stop you from walking through it, but it'll bounce blasts and stuff off of it. And this looks like not the section we're looking for. There we go, and it's an endurance, we can grab that. So I guess we need to go the other way. Quickness, that's another power I want. Of course, that I don't think you can get until like 24. Ouch. Can we knock this guy down? There we go. Got him again. That's what I'd like to see. Oof. That was a tough fight. Yeah, 2 yellows with an orange lieutenant is pretty rough. We're doing pretty well, guys. We're getting close to 14th level. I don't know if we'll get there this episode, but we're close. We only have like 3 beads to go. And that's what happens when you fight so many lieutenants, is, as we discussed in an earlier episode, you gain XP so fast because the lieutenants are worth so much more than a couple of minions. Right? So the minion's worth 36. But the lieutenant's worth 120, right? So a spawn of a minion and a lieutenant at +0 is 156, whereas a spawn of 3 minions is 72 plus 36, so 108. So it's like 50% more XP. That was weird that the first guy being attacked didn't out-aggro these guys. Excellent. Good inspiration. And this is the set we started with. Not bad. You know, it's interesting. I remember when people were complaining, like, we were on the, it was right after launch. There was CDN. It was right after launch, and let's say it wasn't right after launch, right? It was, I would say, a couple months. So the game launched April 29th or something of 2004. So this would have been in like, maybe June, late May, early June. The fast levelers had gotten to significant levels. They were 25th level, 30th level, 35th level. And I remember one of the Scrapper players, and so, but a lot of other people weren't that high, right? And so many of us were complaining that it was too hard, right? We're playing, I mean, we're playing like this. We're getting on groups. We're getting our butts handed to us because we only have one toggle and it's not that strong, although it was better than this. We didn't really know how to slot our enhancements, didn't know how to pull, all that kind of stuff. Didn't know which powers were the best ones to take, so took some of the wrong powers. There were people who just did all primaries and didn't do any of their secondaries early on, just because they said, it's my secondary, I'm going to take all my primaries first, right? And so, so there were a bunch of scrappers who were like this level, say 13th level, who were complaining that it was too hard, that they were getting their butts kicked, and one of the more experienced people who was, Scrapper was in the 30s or whatever at that point, said something like, the first 20 levels are basically a tutorial. And I was like, are you kidding me? 20 levels takes forever. Now, of course, it took a lot longer than this. There was no patrol XP. There were no story arc extra experience or anything like that. And I thought that's ridiculous. I could see the first 10 levels being a tutorial, but after that, it shouldn't be. But that original Scrapper was right. That player was right. The first 20 levels really kind of are tutorial, and you really don't have your powers in until you get to 22nd level and you get your SOs, and now your character starts playing the way it was meant to be played, right? Alright, we're going to go big on this. Just start strong. And I'm going to get rid of these minions super fast. And that's it. And now it's me against Sidian. Oh, I need to put Practice Brawler on. I'm kind of bummed that they didn't even leave the old animation in. Sort of annoying. Because the old animation was cool, where you, like, it kind of went shoo, and you, like, pulled back and, like, lifted your fist and kind of, like, tensed up. It looked really cool. And we got him. Excellent. Got another enhancement. Oh, and that we can't use, so we're going to have to sell that. Take off Practice Brawler. So we needed most of the, a little more than half the tray, you know, to defeat him. Not too bad. Fortunately, we haven't had to face more than, we've only had 1+1 boss so far. Everybody else has been even. A couple times we got a couple -1s because we leveled in the mission and that sort of thing. So, we've been pretty lucky with that. +1 bosses against this character at this level would be pretty tough. Alright, out we go. And now he says, rescue operation. So we're going to go after and get Argot Berwat. But first, we need to refresh our inspiration. So I'm going to do that off screen, and I will bring you guys back when we're ready to go get Argot Berwat. Alright, we are back. And we're ready to go. Got a full tray. I went with an extra heal here, rather than 2 damage, because I feel like we're, you know, kind of doing enough damage. I would like to do more damage. I'd always like to do more damage as a scrapper, but I think the way this character is going, I just want to make sure I got some heals because of these swordsmen. They can do a lot of damage in one, like 2 shots, and it's got you down to the orange. 3 shots will kill you. Alright. I sold off some salvage. We're now at 86,000. 10% of the way toward what we need at level 22. I guess I'm going to have to pull the lieutenant, because he's closest. I normally don't like doing that, but looks like the yellow con will come up to us first, and while the rifleman's getting in range, we can beat him up. Okay, rifleman, you're gonna have to come up to me. Yeah, we're not doing that. You're coming over here because there might be more guys under the stairs there. Now we're gonna need to take a knee. Now this is probably a time I wouldn't take a knee, but since I'm recording it, I'll go ahead. We should level up in this mission, which will allow us to res. And this is this guy here, right? That's why I did not want to follow the rifleman down this way. because I did not want to get caught with those guys. Right, and the idea is make them come to me, and then we don't aggro anybody by accident. There we go, doing knockdowns, I like to see. Ah, he's still up. They take such a pounding, the lieutenants. That Nemesis staff has been a lifesaver. It does good damage, and it's a ranged attack. So one of the things I don't like is, and I think this is just super lazy, this is the same map. So it's basically you're going back to the same building, going back underneath, and like they've stocked their dungeon, you know, like why? This fast? At least the guys who created this could have given a slightly different map. And we've leveled up. We're 14th level now. This allows us 1 res in the mission if we die. Man, I don't know what this character is going to be like against Freak Show if we haven't got SOs on her. It's going to be brutal. Because they are hard anytime because they keep rezzing, right? After they die, and so you have and they dull pain, so you have to defeat each one effectively twice. And basically it's like they have double the hit points almost. And it's, when you get a spawn of 3 of them, it's like fighting 5 or 6 guys. Not in terms of the incoming damage, but just in terms of how many blows you have to strike in order to defeat them. And they are just exhausting if you don't have triple slotted SO'd stamina and endurance reducers on most or all of your attacks. I saw that happening with my Stalker a few levels ago. She's level 32 now, so she's 33. She's not fighting freaks as much, but in the 20s she was fighting freaks a lot. Excellent knockback, that's what I like to see. I just love the way the combo looks of her flipping one way with the storm kick and then kicking the other way with thunder kick. It just looks so cool. Watch. Here, I'll show you. Let's zoom in a little bit. She does storm kick and then thunder kick. Like, so she flips her leg one way and then comes back the other way. It's just really cool. And then if you go to crane kick, she uses her other foot. Like, she uses her left foot to do crane kick, which is just really awesome. I just like the way the combo looks, you know? Such great aesthetics in martial arts. And it's one of the reasons I didn't change the animations, because I feel like the newer animations just aren't as smooth looking. I think for a 2004 game, they did an amazing job on these martial arts animations and many of the others. And the visual effects in general, I just think they're awesome. Wow. Yeah, this area is always hard, because they put multiple spawns together. So I like how all of it looks, but I just think it looks so cool doing storm kick, thunder kick, because she like flips one, lands, and then takes her back foot and kicks you with it. It's just so cool. You might wonder, because I like the way it looks to do Storm Kick, then Thunder Kick. Why do I do Thunder Kick first most of the time? Why do I lead off with that? Well, the reason is that Thunder Kick recharges the fastest, right? So the idea is you start with the thing that recharges the fastest. By the time you get to the end of the chain, the first one is maybe recharged, especially once you've got quickness. So I'll show you what I mean. Let's back up a little bit. So here's this guy, right? We're going to go Thunder Kick. If he doesn't knock me down, we're going to go Thunder Kick, Storm Kick, Crane Kick, right? And now Thunder Kick's ready again. Bam. Right? If I had done Storm Kick, Thunder Kick, Crane Kick, watch. Storm Kick, Thunder Kick, Crane Kick. Neither one of these is ready yet, right? It doesn't get ready as quickly. And so that's why I always start with Thunder Kick. Right? Thunder Kick, Storm Kick, Crane Kick, and Thunder Kick's ready. Right? Again, Storm Kick, Thunder Kick. Well, no, that wasn't right, because Crane Kick wasn't ready. So Storm Kick, Thunder Kick, Crane Kick, and now you've got to wait a second and a half. Right? So that's why I always start with Thunder Kick. And in the higher levels, it'll, several of them will be up. But at the lower levels, you have to be careful which one you start with. And that's why I lead off with Thunder Kick. Because after I do the chain of these three, this one's ready again. Now after that, then you have to wait because, we're low level. But then once you get Cobra Strike, you can do the 4 of them. Not only will Thunder Kick be up, but by the time you're done with Thunder Kick, Storm Kick will be ready. And so now you've got 5 in a row before you have to stop. And obviously you can go watch Silver Phoenix and the original Homecoming playthrough and see, how that went. And get some good examples of what happened as she developed and, after she got quickness and inventions. And then eventually, you've got 6 attack powers and 3 or 4 of them are up at any one time. And then I'm doing silly things like doing Dragon's Tail to a single lieutenant because I just want to knock him down, right? Which is sort of a waste doing an AoE on one guy, but when all of your attacks are up and you've got way more endurance and everything else than you know what to do with, and you at your leisure, you can do anything you want, right? Instead of the sort of hunt and peck where I'm trying to, okay, which one of these is going to recharge first? Click it, That's what you do with new characters. Wow, we got a whole bunch of inspiration, or enhancements rather, that we cannot use. These are all mutation magic. This is a natural character. So that'll get us some funds. There's Sidian. But I don't want to fight him first. I want to clean the room. Ugh. Come on. Come on. And let's shoot this guy. Anybody else? Oh yeah. So Argot Brawat's over here. Gosh, for a blue con, that guy sure stood in there a long time against me because of the misses. And again. So we rescued him. Now we just need to defeat Sidian. We should be okay with these 3, I would think. I don't think we're going to need more than that. But we do need practice brawler. Now, why did I start with Storm Kick there? That was an accident. I clicked Thunder Kick and it didn't go off. Yes, love the knockback. And we got another enhancement. Another DO. We got recipes and salvage. Out we go, guys. So we're going to call Montague and, you know, get a clue. Again, if you want to watch the story itself, please watch the old Silver Phoenix playthrough. I cover all of that in great detail. So we're over on this side of town. Alright, so we want to go to the Freedom Core building and sell our enhancements, and then we're going to go to subgenetics, and then we will level up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it here. I'm going to sell Freedom Cores right over there. See it? Right there. Freedom Core. I'm going to sell, and I'll bring you guys back when we're ready to level up. Alright guys, we are with Valkyrie. And we're going to train up to the next level. So, Warriors Challenge is possible. Focus Chi, Focus Senses. I think we're going to do Focus Chi. Because it won't add to our endurance cost. And it'll do a little bit more damage for us. We're going to put our ranged over here. I think I'm going to do it that way for now. So the one other thing I wanted to say, even though movement powers can be taken much earlier now, because movement powers came at level 14 for so many years, I've always thought of level 14 as like the first milestone of a character. Getting to 14 unlocked your movement power, and now you could move. And then the next milestone level I always thought of, because of martial arts, is 26. That's where you get Dragon's Tail, right? That's where your second to last primary power unlocks for all characters, and for martial arts you finally can do an AoE. And it was at that point when I got Dragon's Tail and I was 26th level that I finally started being a scrapper. Right? All the other scrapper players, and I've told this story on Silver Phoenix so I won't rehash it too much, but all the other scrapper players were talking about fighting red and orange cons and taking them down, and I was like, I don't know if I can do that. So I got to level 26. I went to Independence Port. There was a bunch of, now they're not that powerful, but there were a bunch of family standing by the docks. It was like, you know, like 2 lieutenants and like a group of minions. And I just went in with Dragon's Tail and I just owned them. Now in those days, Dragon's Tail didn't do a knockdown, it did a knockback. So I spun and kicked them and they went flying all over the place. And they ran back to me, and then I spun and kicked them again. And while I was doing that, the 1 or 2 that didn't go running, I was beating up. And I just creamed this spawn, and I was like, holy crap. These guys are right. Oranges and yellows, no problem. And then I started to really realize how powerful a scrapper is. So those are sort of 2 of the break points before level 30, level 14 and level 26, which is interesting. It's not the ones you would think, 10, 20, 25, that are sort of like the even numbers, the sort of the multiples of 10 or 5, but it's 14, 26, 32 when you get your final primary, and 38 when you get elude. Those are the level breakpoints to me, and there always will be. Though the others are still relevant, level 14 really isn't anymore, because it does unlock some things, but it doesn't unlock the movement power, but it still feels like a significant level to me whenever I reach 14 on a character. So this character is now 14 levels, no deaths, and we have 5 levels to go to tie our Guardian, and 6 to be the best Iron Man playthrough of all that I've done. So I'm going to keep trying to do that, because this is my best character. I'm having a lot of fun. I will keep playing this character after I stop recording it for Iron Man once we have our first faceplant. And there will be a faceplant, guys. It's not possible to go to level 50 without ever making a mistake. But I'm going to try really hard not to make any mistakes with this character, just like I have with our other characters, and see how far she gets. Until next time, I am Scrapperlock, and this has been Iron Man Mode on the Rebirth server.